November 19th, 2019. After a day's rest yesterday from the old deer stand and a rise in the temperatures. That's a dirty truck. We're back at it. I wasn't going to hunt this week. Well, I wasn't, and then I was, and then I wasn't, and now I am again. Amber and her mom have been amazing. They are going to deal with the kids the next 3 evenings so that I can get out on the bush and hunt. Dave, who is part owner of the property, he's been telling us for months that the best week of the whole entire hunting season is going to be the week after the gun hunt. Gun hunt, week after, the 3rd week of November. Well, it's here. Sunday night, Mark and I saw that, well, I saw the big buck chasing the doe. That is the first sign of the rut we have seen. So I just couldn't miss it this week. We're going to do a 3-day vlog today, tomorrow, Thursday. Hopefully we're bringing down a giant. Saturday, we have Mikey Gray's wedding, so we're sadly busy this weekend and we won't be bucking, but we'll be there for Mike Gray's big moment. I'm excited. We need to get up there early. We got to check some trail cams. Haven't been there since Sunday night. A lot could change. Let's get up there and see what we find. This is the week. I feel really good. I know I say this every time, but if you're going to the outdoors and you haven't got confidence, you might as well head back to the couch. Let's do this. Made her to the deer woods. Absolutely gorgeous out. The only downfall is we're losing snow real quick. And I need my keys to open the back of the truck to get my rubber boots. First call of the day. We're gonna sneak into the Burgundy. It's kind of the most pain in the butt stand to get to, so we will sneak in there first. Check the trail cam. Hopefully giant buck has shown up over the last few days. For any of you who don't know, this is where Adam shot the big 9. So we're gonna do a boot switch and we're gonna lay down some cover scent. Should be able to tell how much deer action has been in there just based on how the bait's been hit. So let's get in there. Oh, I almost forgot. Man, it's warm out. I'm not even wearing a coat today. So far, beautiful. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we see. Just checked the trail cam. Didn't work again. I don't know what is going on with that thing. Let me know in the comments below what brands of trail cam cameras you're using. Those ones are a couple years old and they become crazy unreliable. Fresh grape. Realistically, I don't know how fresh that is because I don't see any deer tracks over the 4-wheeler track, so it may not be that fresh. Snow, we haven't got snow since it was laid down. No deer out in the field today. So this end of the farm kind of seems like a bust right now. Kind of crazy. Maybe the trail cam was working and just no deer walked by since I deleted the card last. That would be pretty strange. Just stopped and checked Mark's trail cam and nothing on it either. A bunch of squirrels. No one late evening, middle of the night deer. There's not a whole lot of fresh sign here. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I was planning on, I'm just driving through the field for in case anybody knows, I was planning on hunting my swamp stand tonight and not checking that trail cam card till just about hunting time, like while I was going to my stand. But now I think that maybe I should go check that because there might not be any deer moving there either. And maybe today's just a non-hunting day. I don't know. This seems really odd to me that we didn't get any deer on trail camera. Got a little impatient, ran in and checked my camera. Small buck there last evening during shoot hours, and just a pile of does in and out throughout the night. 2 things, I've talked to McCall. McCall thinks there's been a lot of pressure here, which is very true over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Pujic thinks they're locked down with does and they don't move a lot, but he thinks that after 24 hours they usually move on to another one. Problem is we got a lot of does here. Some of those bucks could have 2 or 3 of them bedded down with, so who knows. It's just the time of year where anything can happen. I'm gonna shoot my bow, make sure that's lined in, sighted in, good. I like shooting my bow, so we're gonna do that, and then with the tree stand, because anything can happen. Who knows? We're here, we might as well hunt, even though there isn't a ton of sign or fresh anything. It is what it is. Perfect. Eat those. Should be a little better. Just shot that bow an absolute ton. I'm feeling pretty good, right up to 30 yards. I guess all we can do now is, since we're already up here, we might as well sit tonight and see what happens. I'm not expecting very much, but I guess in the big scheme of things, you never know. It's the fall. They should be rutting. I guess anything can happen. So let's get changed, get in the tree stand, kind of praying on a miracle tonight. On the road to the tree stand. The best part of gun season being over, no more orange. Back to camo. Fingers crossed, let's get in that tree. Hopefully something happens tonight. Hopefully. Back to the truck, we made it. Only saw the doe and fawn for like less than a second. In and out of there, running across the field. But there's a coyote howling right by Mark's stand, so we're gonna drive down that road. It's making like crazy noise. So we're gonna drive down that road, see what's up. Hope maybe he found a roadkill or something. I'm not quite sure. I've heard the coyotes here almost every night that we're here, but I've never heard them make that sound, so I'm a little intrigued. Then we're gonna get home and see the kids. I thought right at the end I heard a buck grunt twice right on the main trail coming into where I was sitting. Got my bow in my hand. That has been the most exciting part of the hunt this year. That's the closest I've come to shooting any arrows on my tree stand. I don't know if it was a buck or not. I'm 60% no, 40% maybe kind of deal. But we're gonna go check out the coyote if it's making any more noise, and then we're heading home to see the kids and Amber. Made it home, and yes, that's right. Tonight is leftover night. Amber,
what's up?
Good day?
Yeah.
Good day? Good clients?
Yes.
Fun?
Always. Yes.
Positive stuff?
Yes.
I had a pretty good day, other than we only saw the doe and fawn. I went and checked out what was up with the old coyote. He was gone by the time I got there. I don't know what the plan is, other than we do sit, keep switching stands. Maybe we'll sit in the ground blind tomorrow night. Maybe we'll sit where Mark Harner was. Just gotta keep making moves. It'll happen. I thought that there was a buck that grunted, but now I think that I'm just hearing things. You know when you really want to see something or hear something? This beard is out of hand. We may have to go for a beard trim tomorrow too. And you think it's there? Maybe that's what happened tonight. Tomorrow, different story. Amber, you ever get that way? Where you want something to happen so bad, you think you heard or saw it, but you really didn't? That's where I am.
Clean?
Never clean. Never going to be clean.
Yes.
You can complain for another 60 years and it's not gonna work. May be the same as my deer career. See ya tomorrow. Another day, another sit. We're heading back to the woods. This morning was kind of crazy busy. I dropped the kids off at school. Then I had to go to the family doctor. I had a kind of a weird looking mole on my back. I was a little concerned. I've spent a ton of time out in that sun when I was really young. A teenager, I used to draw a ton of hay on my family farm and not wear a shirt, so I wanted to get it checked out. The doctor said I have nothing to worry about. I did find out that if you're looking for weird moles, I guess we get them and they go away all the time. We don't even know them. Irregular shape, bleeding, and odd colors. I had none of that, so I have nothing to worry about, but it's always better to be safe than sorry, especially when you're dealing with that kind of stuff. Mark Hunter's coming on in today. I don't know what to say about the deer hunt. I'm not, it's really nice out weather-wise, no wind, 5 degrees Canadian, but I don't know that this is good deer weather. I feel like the bucks and does were just starting the rut, and now all of a sudden we got warm weather again. Won't be any snow up there. I don't know. Usually I'm really pumped and really excited to go, but today I kind of feel blah about going. I'm kind of like, I need to go because if I don't go, there might be a deer, but you know, what are the odds? Today's the day. Can't give up. We're heading to the woods. See when we get there. I'm gonna shoot my bow too. It's so nice out. Hopefully. I don't even know. I think we should go to the same stand too, because I feel like if I have yesterday, today, and tomorrow to hunt, tomorrow if it doesn't pour rain like it's supposed to, but maybe if I just go to the same stand 3 days in a row, I'm bound to run into one. Struggle's real this week. Struggle's real. absolutely gorgeous out. Like 7-8 degrees right now. This is like the more of the norm for November than -10. Shot my bow a bit. She is right on point today. A couple there at 20, a couple at 30. I'm good to go. Feeling confident. I'll just carry it right like this till I get to the truck. On the way here, Dave, camp manager, texted me while I was at the gas station. I was reading it. Says that he saw bucks on his way to work this morning. So they went up and at it. Maybe, just maybe, today is the day we see a little action. Yesterday was slow, other than the doe and fawn I saw run behind the stand. The last little bit have been a grind, but I guess you just got to stay at it, stay in there. I'm happy that it's not freezing cold out. I'm not gonna have to wear a ton of layers tonight. So I guess it's that time of day where we go sit in the tree stand and hope. It was gray and cloudy on the way up, but the sun is starting to get out, so should be a great evening for a sit. Hopefully we see something. From the woods. I hope that video came in clear of the doe having an absolute meltdown. I talked to a couple of my buddies on the way home. I talked to Dave and I talked to Mr. Crothers. So on the way in, I was wearing my Under Armour boots and I sprayed them with doe in heat. One of my favorite smells. I know it's weird, but it's true. And she came out and sniffed it. And she got all bent out of shape. She started blowing. And I thought for a second she had caught on to me, but not the case. She was all over the place in the woods, upset that there was another deer in her area. She totally ditched her fawn who walked by first and had to do the field eat on the bait out there. But that's not even the crazy news. Last night last night on the way home, I see Scott Martin has decided to fish the Bassmaster Opens and he's going to try to qualify for the Elite Series. Tonight I get home and Mike Babcock's no longer the coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. What does this world come to? I'm gonna hunt tomorrow night. Who knows what'll happen on the way out of there. Amber's on her way home. Em, you're cooking dinner, honey?
Yes, I am.
What are we having?
Meatballs, mashed potatoes, and broccoli.
That sounds pretty good.
Except the broccoli part.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of broccoli. I am going to chill out for the night. Tomorrow morning, I think I have to take the puppies here to the groomers. Hi, say hi. Say hi, Bailey. Say hi, Chili. They're hanging out on their new fresh bed, you big silly dog. And even if I think I do, or it's next week, but Amber's gonna be home soon. We're gonna chill, hang out for the night. And then rain, shine. Oh, Dave was driving home from work tonight, and on his way home, he always swings by the farm. Saw an 8-pointer slide into the field at the farm. But I'm going tomorrow night, rain or shine. If it's pouring rain, I'll either sit in the ground blind, maybe, or I'm gonna jump in the box stand right where the buck was. So we're gonna chill for the night, watch some TV, eat some dinner. I'll see you tomorrow in a world where Scott Martin is fishing the Bass Opens and Mike Babcock's fired. What is going on with my tooth? There we go. Fancy meeting you peeps here today. Day 3 of this chunk of deer hunting. Last night, doe in a pond. Mark Hunter was in his tree stand. He saw a couple does and a couple fawns, but the bucks eluded us. Today, we got some other issues. Last night while I was sitting in the tree stand, I dropped my SD card out of the trail camera, and now that I gotta get a trail camera in there. That tree stand we got a south wind. That tree stand's not real good for a south wind, so that's kind of out of the plan. The other thing we got going today is it's supposed to rain here in a couple hours, so I'm not sure what to do. We can go to Mark's stand, good for wind there. The burgundy's out because that south wind is no good for that stand. Ground blind's in, not a lot of deer action, but that is the thing with the ground blind. That is where we've seen the most bucks this year, including the big one from the other night. Now, the doe and fawn that we're headed to the ground blind if they hadn't smelt the doe pee on the way out. So today I have no idea. I know we got to get the trail camera in. I know we got to get our spirits up. It's been a rough 2 days so far in the stand. It gets as fun as deer hunting is. It's way more fun when everybody's there, and it's way more fun when you see a pile of deer. So those two things have kind of eluded us. I didn't even get to see Mark, and he hunted last night. We need to see a buck. We need to get a close encounter with a buck. I don't know what to do, but we're gonna head north, and I'll think about this on the way. Before we do, let me know in the comments if you've been watching this, the last few weeks of hunting. What would you do tonight? South wind, rain coming. Remember, we can't take the camera gear to a tree stand if it's going to pour rain because we'll nuke the cameras. The other option we have is go to the box blind on the other side of the property where Dave saw the 8 walk in last night, cross properties into our property. So there is an 8-pointer somewhere in there. The last time we saw a buck walk onto the property, about 5 hours later, Adam killed it. So where would you sit? Put it in the comments. Let me know. We're heading north. Before we head to the deer camp, I thought we'd come down here and check out Rice Lake's only a couple miles away from where we're fish hunting. Ice, open water, boat launch. The boat launch looks pretty frozen there. I would, if the temperatures are going to get back to seasonal here and we're going to get some warmer weather, I'm going to try to get out fishing again. We might be doing something super cool. Well, we are doing something super cool on Monday before the fear fishing experiment, so I'll keep you guys you guys are going to find out. It's going to be awesome. But today's like the final day to hunt. Tomorrow I've got to be in Ajax. Saturday's Mike Gray's wedding. Sunday, maybe a little fishing if, some of this ice goes out. Monday, we're going fishing for sure. Let's go get an SD card into where I dropped the one last night. That's a bit of a bummer, eh? Losing SD cards to the snow. At the deer camp. Warm out today. Like really warm. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna move Dave's camera that hasn't picked a single deer up and move it to the ground blind. And I've got 4 different SD cards to try to work in that pain in the butt that we have at my stand. So we'll walk in here. We got such a reaction out of that doe last night that I've covered my boots again in doe estrus, and we're gonna make a big loop. Tonight we're gonna hunt in the ground blind just because it's supposed to pour rain at 3 o'clock. So we're gonna make a big loop, suck a buck out into the field tonight. Let me know again in the comments. Was that what you were thinking? Or do you think I'm making a big mistake for the last night in the stand or the blind? Making moves. We're trying to make moves. Moved to the ground blind. This is where we're sitting tonight. Hopefully we see some action, some good buck trails in the soft ground, which means they can't be that old because the ground was frozen a couple days ago. It's really softening up out here. I'll be able to see what's going on at Mark's, and this field is where we've seen pretty much every buck this year. So this is like a Hail Mary, going to hunt the fronto of the rain. Hopefully just show up. Maybe we can grunt one in if we get one to come, but let's head back to the truck. It's just about time to get ready. It's nice and warm out, like 7 degrees. It's hard to believe that like 4 or 5 days ago this was all covered in snow. No, I wouldn't say tough. An all right 3 days. Saw some does. We saw some fawns. And tonight, just like last Sunday, I pack up all the stuff. I walk out of the blind. And what is sitting on Mark's bait pile? A ginormous buck. It's going to be hard to see how many points he has. Big frame bugger. I hope the footage I'm running right now is at least a little bit. You can see something. I saw the deer. I jumped, threw the backpack down, and dug out the camera and tried to film him as best I could. I could see him a lot better than I could see in the camera, but man, that's 2 vlogs in a row where it's super slow, and then the last night we got some buck activity. We're not getting buck activity where we could actually, get some good footage or even get a shot, but it's happening. It's deer hunting. It is painstakingly, I don't even know what the word for it is. If you thought about this, we could have probably shot 20 does this year. Can't even get close to a buck. It just hasn't happened yet. Still a lot of the season to go. I called Mark Hunter and told him he's a little bit upset, but he'll get over it. I think that buck will be back. He knows where the food is. The ground blind sucks. Like, man, I don't know if any deer are touching that bait at all. We may have to change some things up there. Burgundy stand, who knows what's going on down there. I got all the trail cameras are set. They should be filming because tomorrow can't go. Saturday's Mikey Gray's wedding. Sunday maybe-ish. I would like to go maybe bass fishing on Sunday if the conditions are right. That ice gets off Rice Lake, I might go. And Monday, Sean McCall and I are going to do something really cool. And then we have the experiment. So I won't be back in the woods till Tuesday or Wednesday. And hopefully, calms down a little and we get some big buck action. So all you can do is hope for big buck action, pray for big buck action, and just be there when it happens. So guys, girls, everybody, thank you so much for following along. Remember, subscribe and follow on Instagram. I'm going to go upstairs and have breakfast for dinner because that's one of my favorite things. And we'll see you soon with, that big buck we're talking about.